Hello Idle Hero fans, thank you for joining me today for a quick video about my own team actually. There was a commenter on one of my videos named Ice Cold CSGO Gaming who requested that I do a video about my current team. So I figured I'd just do a quick one about that because it shouldn't take too long and it's pretty basic. Most of the rationality behind my team is pretty simplistic. So my current team right now is Mickey in the first slot, Aiden in the second, Dominator third, then Mirage, and two Faceless. So we'll start at the front. Mickey in the front obviously is used pretty much for what I explained in my original video. She's great at dodging the opponent's hits. So for mages and priests and other warriors who target the first unit every time, she dodges a lot of those hits. My Mickey currently has 42% dodge just with her base stats, as well as with the tree. Let's take a look at the tree. The tech tree gives her another 20, so she's sitting at 60-something%. And I can't remember if the stone is included in that, but I currently have 12% dodge on the stone as well. So she's close to around 70% dodge at turn 1, and then her dodge continuously goes up due to the Keen ability, where it goes up 8.75 per turn. And she's really fast, so she usually gets one of the first attacks. So you usually end up with 70 to 80 dodge pretty quickly, meaning she can negate a lot of your opponent's special abilities. I chose her because I lucked out and managed to get two Mickeys quite a few months ago, and I realized how strong she was. So I changed from having Dominator as my main tank to having Mickey. Dominator is in my team only because he's a 9-star hero right now, and he's more useful than Fat Moo as a wall. I can put him in the back row like you see in my arena team here, so that way if all of my defensive units in the back fall, say if Mirage and the two Faceless die to other assassins on the opponent's team, he will usually still survive a little bit longer in the hopes that Aiden will be able to do his big damage, because Aiden's damage scales off of your allies being defeated. So if I can get Mirage and two Faceless defeated and let Aiden have a few turns to do his attacks, that's pretty much my strategy. However, it would work fine if I had another decent DPS unit in the back, but I currently only have Fat Moo, and Fat Moo's garbage. I actually hate that unit now. He's become my biggest regret in this game. Mirage and Faceless I have just because they're easy to get and they do pretty good damage. If the two Faceless in the back row both crit with their abilities, they'll take out 2 units almost every time, unless they're hitting warriors, which is very rare because people don't usually have warriors in the back row. But if they do crit, they're going to take out 2 units, and that's really powerful. So that's pretty much the reason they're there. They're my team because they're easy to get and they can go off. I would replace them if I had the heroes too, but that's going to be really long term. The next investment I'm looking to make is I'm hoping to get Karim, wherever he's to. Did I miss him? Kareem. Oh my god. I'm never going to get that right. It's never going to happen. Kareem, here we go. I'm looking to get a second Kareem, and I would get him up to 8-star and replace my Dominator with him, as well as I'd also like to get a Ice Blink, which I already have one Ice Blink, so if I could get another one, I'd like to get him to 8 or 9-star and probably replace Mirage, because Mirage is not a great burst champion like the assassins, like Faceless is, sorry. Faceless is really good at bursting champions with her crits and her abilities, whereas Mirage is really focused on the damage over time with his bleeds and dodging, and that's just, it's hard to set that up in a PvP setup, but he was an easy to make champion, so I got him to level 9 as well. All things considered, if I had the knowledge I had now when I started, I probably wouldn't have made either the Faceless or Mirage. I probably would have tried to invest in something else, but yeah, hindsight's 20/20, of course. I have a lot of red heroes, like these Abyss heroes, just kicking around for when I do eventually get Kareem, but I don't know how long that's going to be, because as you guys have seen from watching my videos, it's taken me a really long time to get him. I'm pretty sure I'm going to switch to using Fortress for my Prophet Orbs because I'd like to get Flame Strike. I plan on getting the Flame Strike from the current event that's going on. This here, I'm going to get the 1,800 points to get her by virtue of saving up and then buying whatever I need from the value packs at the end. But I'm really hoping to get her. And then I also have Ice Blink as one of my heroes. So if I use my Prophet Orbs in the Fortress faction, I'll be hunting for 2 champions instead of 1, which makes the odds significantly greater that I'll at least get one of them. On a side note, I also don't use Mickey in the PvE, of course. I always go with Fat Moo because Mickey doesn't really do any damage, and she always hits the front row, so she's not really helping take out the backline damage threats. And her dodge doesn't work in PvE for whatever reason. I guess if it did, it would probably be busted. Too easy to beat a lot of these heroes. But this is my usual setup, just because Fat Moo does better damage than her in the back row. As soon as I get another unit, Fat Moo will be moved out and replaced with something else. Sometimes, depending on the opponent's setup, like if I'm in a tower and there's a lot of assassins, I might put in Field because he has the stun against assassins, and that can help a lot. And in PvE, your units always go first, so you don't have to worry about speed being a factor. So you can put in like the weakest unit, and as long as it can survive till turn 2, it'll get its power attack off, and the stuns can be invaluable. I'm currently stuck here on this stupid 291 floor. I haven't been able to beat it for like months. I swear to God, I've been stuck here. It's these Margarets. Since they've been buffed, they just do too much damage to my team, and the damage over time just kills them off before I can really get anything done. And this is pretty much the way the fight always goes. I've been able to get Fat Moo, or one of the Fat Moos, destroyed, but the other one still had about half his HP, and that was with like perfect crits, so I can't imagine beating it yet. I think if I can get my Aiden to 9 stars, which is what I'm currently working on, I might be able to beat it. I do have the material to make Aiden 9-star. The only thing I'm missing is literally one more Bade or one more Dominator so that I can make a 6-star unit to give him for his requirement. Because I have the Aiden already, and I have numerous 5 stars, but I just need this. And I'm pretty close, but not quite. I'm very close to getting another 5-star shard. So I'm hoping that 5-star shard will be Dominator or Bade, or even Field, honestly, because if I have to use Field, it's not terrible. I'd rather save Field for this one so that when he gets to level 9, I can have an easier time leveling him up. But Field isn't really on my priority list anyway, so if I had to sacrifice him to get Aiden to a 9-star, that would be fine in my books. But it's hard to imagine, because Field is much more rare than Bade or Dominator. And as I said before, but my 5-star heroes are in red are just a mess. I've got way too many and nothing to do with them. I can make Balrogs and more Fat Moos, but those units have no value to me, so it's hard to justify putting them in my team. And Gusto would be the same thing. I have 3 Balrogs and a level 6 Balrog. Like, why? This is just bad luck. 2 level 5 Illyras and a level 6 Illyra. I just need one more Karim, and as soon as I can get him, that would be great, but it's just really not looking like that's going to happen anytime soon. As for campaign, I'm pretty much locked in here just based on my level. I can't get out because I need to be level 150 to continue, and that's just the limiting factor. I beat the bosses pretty much as soon as I can get to them, but I need the experience. Without the experience, I can't do anything, so that's just unfortunate, but that is what it is. But I hope this was at least somewhat interesting to you guys, and I think, was it Ice Cold CSGO Gaming for the request, and thanks guys for watching, and have a nice day.